Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Samarawan. I'm going to play Planet Zoo. I'm going to play a new game. So let's start. Create my avatar. I'm going to have avatar. Interesting. I am going to be woman. Let's play as this girl. Oh. Heads up. Hep. Place your avatar HQ. The HQ is where other players will see your avatar and access any zoos or blueprints you have shared. Position your avatar where on the globe you can edit your avatar HQ position later. Okay, it's easy. Let's put it on place where I live. I'm from the Czech Republic. I am living in the middle of Europe. It might be somewhere here. Yeah, let's put it there. Are you sure you can edit this later? Yes. I'm sure. First step, career. Let's just do a career in zoo management. Yeah, I'm going to start here. Those are like a different zoo. You need at least 2 stars. And I'm about to go through all of them in the next few months. I will see how long it's gonna take. Let's start. Tutorial. Activity tutorial. Stay home. Light. Growing house. Renovate and renamed after its book by Bernard, growing in the 1980s. Goodwin house has since become one of the most represented zoos in the country. More recently, it has underground and food renovation to update many of the habits and facilities, but due to various issues, the work hasn't quite been completed, which is where you came in. Now let's finish this zoo. Planet Zoo. Highlighting a building, you can use a split button to create a new building from your selection. Beer. No, now waiting. No, that's long holding screen. Let's see this ultra. It's a little lagging.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I track elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off.
Okay.
Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you in at the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But
Okay,
before
let's
we
see.
begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals? We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Grizzly bear. Well, I guess it's here. Let's see what my camera can do. Zoom in, out, moving.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year?
Yeah,
Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too.
yeah, because they...
Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Growing house. Renovated and renamed after blah blah blah, which is, this is what I read already. Gonna replay dialogue. I can replay dialogue. I don't want to do that. Okay, grizzly bear. This is like my objectivities. What are those? Those are in future. Okay. Let's do what she wants. Enter grizzly bear animal column. Let's pick up this one.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel? See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Oh, how can I leave? I'm double clicking on him. Let's try it. Yeah, there we go. He's swimming where? No, this game is nice. Nice to know. Let's leave. Objectivities. So, okay, the West African lion. West African lion. Oh, I'm going to learn a lot about animals. At least I hope so. Let's see. I click on the bear. And let's look on those stats we have here. Whoa, what are those? There's a lot of words, but I don't know what they mean. Welfare. Animal welfare is good. I need to translate this. Welfare. Oh, this is how he is happy. Nutrition is good. Something about social. I guess something around other animal habitat. Habitat for welfare is good. This is how he is happy with his cage. And enrichment. Options upper for animals. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Enrichment. Oh, it's it here. Enrichment. Oh, enrichment. Okay. Those are the stuff he can play with in his cage. Corvette, goalkeeper. Oh, okay. Move. I can move him. What's going on? Oh, 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 oh. What happened? Let's try it again. Oh! This is something that you need when you're building stuff. in cage where our animals are already, and we need to move him. So there is adult, how old he is. Let's see what else we have. Heart and shelter is available on where all animals. Now set up a point for these animals. Heart shelter. Not sure. What is this? Let's see. I'm sorry about this, but I want to learn some new words, so it sometimes takes me sometimes to translate. This is the place when he is going to live and have a long sleep. Over phrase. Terrarium. This is how he likes his privacy. Grass, long grass, short. Soil, rock, sand, snow. And this terrain distribution. This is what is inside here, I guess. Environment, plants. Coverage. Maybe some plants where he can hide. And bargain, alpine, and maybe hiding against the sun. Idle plant range, North America, biomass, plants in habitat. Europe, maybe why there are animal varieties plant. Plant isn't from the same environment as the animal. He didn't like those plants, I guess. But let's leave them for now. Enrichment. A large flexible roller. Species food enrichment, species toy enrichment. Student book. Stone book. Parents. Stone book. I don't know what to say about this. Warfare. Social. Adult population. Animal has an adequate number of animals in its social group. And genetic size. Why the size is so low? A lot of stats. I like it. I do like it. Life stats. Height. Oh, you can see one interesting stats here. There is camera Zoopedia. You can study about this animal. No, I don't know what did I done. How can I leave this Zoopedia? Where is some bear? I don't see one. Maybe in cage. Zoopedia. Oh, there we go. You can read about animals here. Oh, a lot of animals. Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe one day I will do here all this stuff. Read something about animals, where they live. But for now I'm going to leave it. And there was one more button. Box animal. oh, don't get hurt. Can I unbox it? Zoopedia move. Unbox all animals. Unbox. Where he get unboxed? In front of door? Interesting. That's it. Yeah, I can rename him. Zachary. Nice, I can rename. If I have some question, I need a warfare, I must planet zoo. Coordinate, blah 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 blah, what he like, what he needs. This is his location. Okay, let's see, what's this one? Visiting prayer. What? Those are Dukan Ku to those are real people who visit me, I guess. Oh, this seems avatar. Interesting. Let's leave it and see what do we have. Locate the West Africa lion habit. Lion. I don't know how it looks like a lion. Can I? There we go. This is better visible. So this is the West African lion. But now I locate him.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Empty habitat. This empty habitat. Those are good. Lion kit. Can I see if this ornament? Yeah, I can see here. What is the apply and remove the pet food? Maybe when they get sick, I can give them some pills. Look at empty habitat. I am going to see if I pronounce this well, because I'm going to work a lot of this word. Habitat. Habitat. Okay, habitat. Let's find those free habitat. There we go.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Animal trading, okay.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Yeah, I understand. So what do we have here? How much money do I have? Don't see. I see how much it costs, but how much do I have? Oh, ho, ho, ho. I don't see. Oh, those are my money. I have like 2,000 to 100,000. Let's put these two animals. Adopt.
When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Alright, I can do that. Entrance trade center. New. Move them into new home. Send to zoo. 1. not this one. I can choose both of them at the same time, I guess.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
What did she mark for me? And where? I marked. I do like to see what's going on, but I don't know where did she mark. Let's zoom out. There we go.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are, and that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up the Animal Welfare Information Panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
I didn't
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station, and for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Okay. Can I pause game? Yes, I can. What's gonna happen with player that are visiting? There are pause too. Why did I pause game? Because I'm about to look. Those are animals, but I don't know. It seems like pig to me. I would be calling this animal pig if I didn't see this name here. Warthog. I'm going to translate because I think this is pig after all. Okay, an African wild pig. Yeah, so after all, it is wild pig. How to pronounce this? Warthog. Warthog. Yeah, no wild pig. But in this case, it's not wild. Let's put. You can speed up. Cool. I can make this habitat. There we go. What now? Should I select what these animals like? Help me. Let's see if I can see this in wiki. Spatial data. Habitat. Food environment. Diet habitat achievement. Hey, those are very noisy. It's like... I don't know what's going on there. Tell me, what do you like? For crossbred market rabbits is stuff what they can play with, small barrier to feeder. Don't see. let's try put something there. All food and water. How do I know if they like this? Oh, tax. Bunker, okay. Yeah. I don't want to put there something that they don't like. How do I know that they like this? Let's see, what should I do? Set up a common water habitat. Add the feeding station, add the water station, add the toy achievement. When I click on all, I can see only water. Oh, there we go. This is like, what can I put there? So, one is for food, so this one is food, and this one is water. Water and food. Feeding place. Where do I want to put it? Somewhere away of people or close to people. People do like look at animals when they are eat, but this doesn't mean that animals like it too. Let's put it where. Let's don't take care of where it's going to be right now. And the food.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Mud bath. Mud bath. Okay, that's new word for me too. Let's put this closer to people. This one.
Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a fair old state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Now what about this habitat? Nutrition. He's feeding up. This nutrition should get better. There we go. This one will feed soon, I hope. Whew, so, okay, the highlighted area. Okay. There's no one.
Before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
I pause game.
That's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built.
Okay.
Okay. Job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Alright. Barriers. Door. I need to place door here. That's dilemma. Where do I going to put door? The door don't need to be necessarily a place where people are. I would like to put it somewhere like here. Why not? Outside placement. I can't. If I zoom, I don't see. It's telling me Oh, now I see. It's red. No, it's red. I can place it here, but right about here I can place it. Let's build it here.
Right! Let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Oh, I see now how it's working. Do I have to have this? Oh, I can choose how tall it's going to be. This is crazy. How can I? Oh, let's see what else do I have here. I want to remove this one. Yeah, right click removes stuff. This one is how tall. This one is changed to place. Okay, I do understand now what's going on. I think that I have everything that I need to know. Now put this together.
Good work! Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Okay. Guests can see in. And this area is nonsense to put it. What's going on?
There we go. Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Wow, that's first time what I heard about donation in zoo. Quite interesting idea in real life. I do donation box. It's quite nonsense to put it in here because people will stand here and don't get to the donation box. You will have to put it somewhere close to view, but not exactly next to it. People will stay here too.
Now, before we adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Yeah, okay.
By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
Ostriches, no idea what this animal is. Yeah, ostrich. Let's see. Oh, those are kinda old. Right, this one is like gold. What's different on this one? He cost more money, but I don't care about money right now. Seems like I do have all money that I need. How much do I want? Let's take those 3. This one is boring. Adopt. And adopt. Or do I? I will hold. Adopt. I will go all of them. Now I can create all of them and set to zoo. But first I will make sure that this time I will see what's going on.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
He's running with animals. I don't know what she said, but right now I'm interested what's going on. So 4 animals, 4 people. And he running to cage. Let's see. Can I switch? Get closer. Let's see what's going on. This is the way how to unbox box. It's interesting animation. It's going to do from small box to big one box. It's easy deal how it looks like when I put some big animal here. Let's see what she said to me. I'll set up a common ostrich. I already forgot how to pronounce this. Never mind. Added a feeding station, water station, and food food enrichment. Alright, so a bit up. Great, now it's different, but now I know what to put there because it don't give me more to choose from. They are going to be. Let's put it somewhere close to the door. This is food, water. Slow feeder, water too far, food low large. Can I rotate it? I don't like it. I do want to see how can I. Maybe when I put it on ground. I can rotate it after that. Move, rotate, duplicate advantage, move, rotate. XYZ. Interesting. Rotation. Reset. Oh, what's reset? Sortation. Space move. Yeah. The last one is against space move. Always hard to choose where to put those. I don't think this matter at this time. Let's put it all close to each other. Slow feeder. Maybe I'll put slow feeder somewhere here.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour?
Yes.
Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better,
Ostriches.
let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Okay. Now I should make building. Classic keeper hunt small. Planet zookeeper hunt small. It seems
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
oh, I should supposed to be build it in here. I can press E. Rotate. Oh, nice. That's something what I've been looking before. Yeah, and there we go. Let's build it close as I can. It saves time. Oh, okay. There we go.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively. In case that wasn't clear.
Okay.
Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Shall we? Utilities. Transformer.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map
Wow.
allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So, once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay. How can I get rid of this? There I go. And how can I get back into that? Facility.
Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Ah, there we go. She maybe told me it, but I didn't hear that. What's this over? Huh? Okay, I will look at this later. I just wanted to know how to find it.
Righty, your next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier. Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Okay. This path is not priority for the people who are visiting place. What about feeding station? That is power. Let's see. Do I have feeding buildings here? How do I know? No. What are these buildings? Those are toilets? No. Grow. Object. Keep hut small. Keep hut small. This is for feeding, isn't it? Yeah. I don't need to build this then. It's powered by here. I don't have to care about feeding station and power. Okay, then I can build big one. Let's update it. Let's build it here. When I look at the other cage, the walls barriers are not stuck on the path. There is always some extra space. So let's leave this style. Let's stay with this style. Oh, let's pause game. Let's start build. This is part in. There is not much to deal with. You know what? I'm going to up here, since I can. Let's see how this looks like. I think that's good. And this is the where they will be able to see them. Close. Okay. There will be glass. Let's make it the other way.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
I'm trying to do glass from this. Let's get rid of this. Come on. Why I can do glass? That's weird. Oh, come on. Almost there. Facilities. I can build stuff for my, never mind. They can see here. I don't like it. Let's make it a little different. Something like this. Okay. So what she said? Set modality to 3.7 by double clicking. There has to be some way to make it exactly how I need. Let's put it down. Back to 2 meter. And try select more object. There we go. This is what I need. I'm not sure how she finds out about that parameter. Now I select all of those barriers.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
Oh, it looks nice. So it has to be at least 3.7.
Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas.
Yeah,
We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch. Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate's in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
they can jump over there. Maybe this wall might be a little higher. I do this. How can I deselect? I don't want any more. Yeah, let's make this higher. Okay. Let's try what's gonna happen now. Is this going too high or not? I don't see. Let's leave it. Oh, why the music stop? Adopt animals, alright. What do we have here? One man and a woman. We don't have much to choose. Can I see what they like here? Oh, let's adopt those and put them here.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
I do like idea those feeding stuff are close to the door.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Oh, there we go. Terrain. Snow water. Clear water, calm water.
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
I want more water here. I can. This is how I select how much water I do want. Maybe because of animals there inside, I can add the water. Let's move them out. And try this water again. There we go. Oh. I like it. Oh, what should I do now? What did she say? Add the food, bush food, pumpkin, or a rabbit pot. This is for playing. Let's put it somewhere here.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Blueprints. There we go.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
I did.
Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
Okay.
Okay then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Now clicking. Oh, now I see. Too much? Grass long, grass short. They need more. They need less rock. Yeah, fine, let's take rid of those rock. Put there some more grass. I don't know. No, they need less grass long. I screw this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Right then, all animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, or Asia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
I'm there.
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
I do want.
You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
I didn't get this one.
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want. You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Use filter. Okay, I do want to remove this. And remove this. Plants in habitat. Which plants do these animals likes? I see these are fine for that. There is some filter. They need some tropical, temperate grassland. Tropical grassland and temperate. Now, Asia, continent, Asia. They are plants. Okay, those are plants what they likes. Seems like it. Let's make more of those plants in there. Let's put some tree. In here. Maybe one more. So in here. Close to water. Oh. Coverage plants. Plants type and question input for animals. Oh, this is how I built plants. I bet if I can do better job in here. Now, can I remove those? Let's see what else is in the air. What's that sound? Maybe some food. Back to animal. How do you like it? We're almost there. Almost there. Something small. Want to add. Can I rotate once? I can. No.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Okay. I don't care. Indian something. I'm not sure what animals I will find there. Wow. Looks
Now
interesting.
then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their social welfare and we can get a bit more detail.
Okay, give me a sec. Just don't translate. Peafowl, so social something.
Right, as you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you pop to the animal market then.
Okay. 3 more. Let's adopt them all. We have money, more than we need. Now, bring them in.
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But
Me too.
sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Snow leopard. Didn't know this exists. Okay.
Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
I don't see them. Those animals. Yeah, there we go. There is cute. He's on the tree. Okay, let's change the barrier then. And make them some privacy. One-way glass. That's awesome. But didn't one-way glass works that on the other side have to be dark? Kind of. No. How can I put this?
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
No.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Yeah, well, we can see the power place here. Convert the temperature. Let's put it somewhere here. What's happened? It's start freezing. What's the temperature? Yeah, there we go. That's nice. And there we go, there is snow. It's get cold here. But those flowers, it can damage them. Maybe it wasn't great idea to put it on those flowers. But or they can get damage walking in and out. Maybe next time. What should I do? Are there 3 coolers? 3 of them. Make sure that the power is here.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
There we go.
It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopards' terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
Snow and rock? Let's try find leopard. I do want to see what he wants. It's not easy. Find them. There you go. Snow and rock. Let's turn this grass into snow. Can I size? Still not enough snow. Grass. We don't want that much grass here. And rock. Rock. Rock smooth. It doesn't matter, I guess. Size. And let's get rid of all that grass. We don't like grass, not at all. There is still some grass inside. I do different way. I do all rock. And now snow. Now a little snow.
Well then, all All of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Zoo management. Animal section.
As you can see, this list shows you the animal's overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Okay, this is what I need to get 3-star. Increase the average habitat species over warfare to 90 degrees. And let's do this. Move. Can I? There we go. They need something to play with. Species food, species toy. So, how do I know which one to choose? I can't filter it. Do they have something to play with? What's this? Food cage. Let's leave those that they don't like. Now, soil and grass. They need less soil, more grass. Long. Soil. Which one is soil? Let's see how this looks like. Yeah, okay. I still don't get rid of the soil. I don't see the soil. It's happening some. This will make faster. Faster working. Almost there. One person left. There we go. They are happy now. What next? And this tortoise. Tartar. What they don't like. Grass long. They need more sand, more grass long, and they can be without rock and grass. Make it smaller this time. And grass. If something's wrong. Oh, I am using short grass. I was wondering why this don't make sense. And they need more sand. There we go. They should be just fine now. Do they have a place to sleep? You know what? I'm not sure which one to use. This is not enough for them. %% equal to cover all animals. Let's try make this bigger. What's gonna happen? Yeah, something like this. Let's imagine that now green stuff are over 90%. Let's see what's this animal needs to be in box. Let's get going. I'm back to Torto. Some stuff to play with. I don't know. How I'm supposed to be know what kind of animals do like this? What are to play with? Can I choose animal? There we go. This is what I've been looking for. No. You can play. You should be more happy now. You want more of these? Let's see what else do we have here. Another. They want to provide. Oh, so many animals together. Zebra. Fine zebra. There are more animals, so if there is something that they can play, all of them. Giraffe. Zebra. Let's put some of those stuff here. Next one. I'm not still over 90 degrees. Oh, 89. Almost there. But he don't like habitat. He's inside? No idea how this is going to be working. He needs food. No idea how to feed him. There are new animals that I can play. Let's make some animals more happy. Let's say this pig what I have been building and put some extra stuff to play with. What's the warthog? One of these and one of these.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Bit
I think it's
better.
fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
I didn't play here yet.
Sounds like you've got the whole zoo purring away nicely. Well, purring, grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh?
Of course.
Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning. So, we're happy this is working out. And Nancy owes me a Foxy coffee. As strange as it seems, considering we just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had. After the one I did have, obviously. But you see, zookeeping's not for my daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals, but she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet. I'll just settle for saving a couple of species. Oh, and maybe having a type of frog named after me.
Okay, I'm done here, I guess. I got 3 stars, and this game going to be long. I don't see reason why I spend more time in here. So let's try save this game and leave. Save zoo, load zoo, save zoo. New zoo. Growing house. Let's name it more for me. Growing house. First one. Oh, let's number 1. Growing house 1. First zoo. Yeah, save zoo. Saving your zoo. Nicely done. And I'm about to leave. Wait up. Alert. Habitat information board. There is an incorporated aviation item in the park. I'm not sure what's going on. Education item. This is wrong place. Why? Let's try move it. Are they? Oh, what's going on? What's this? Maybe it was too far from me. This same view I don't have to read. Habitat information. There is an incorrectly placed let's move it somewhere where they can see an animal. And they? Where is the animal? How can I get in? That's better. Okay, save game, again. And new valve, exit. Save zone. And let's leave before there will be something else. Editing of exit. I'm going to take a break.